more upset that there were no things in place to stop this young man from being on the streets.
The family of Aaron Lowe frustrated tonight as we learn more about the man accused of shooting and killing their son and brother.
New tonight, the suspect in the shooting has a violent criminal history and has spent plenty of time in handcuffs.
KSL investigative reporter Daniela Rivera joining us with new information and a statement from Book himself after searching some court records. I'm interested what you found.
Yeah, Mike and Didi, court and booking records show that he has already been out of custody, in custody, 9 arrests in just the last 4 years. His most recent release was in March when he received what is now a haunting warning.
Before 22-year-old Book was facing murder charges, accused of opening fire at a house party, George Bekmezian had his own scary run-in with Book and a gun.
I said, hey, I'm not messing around. Give me the money. And I turned and looked, and I saw him holding a gun right here next to my head.
There to buy a cell phone from an online ad, Bekmezian and his daughter were victims in one of 2 robberies Book committed in 2019. Book took a plea deal for those crimes and for giving police a false name twice that year. In June 2020, he could have faced up to 15 years in prison, but was instead sentenced to serve just 1 year in jail, with credit for 240 days already served and 3 years of probation. Then, in November of 2020, a probable cause affidavit says Book admitted to being a passenger in a stolen car. He was caught with ammo in his pocket, matching the caliber of a stolen handgun on the floorboard. That was a probation violation, but booking records from the Salt Lake County Jail show he was out a day later. He did go back to jail a month later, serving 118 days before his most recent release on March 29th of this year. Here is court audio from that hearing.
He needs to understand if he's going to be riding around with people with firearms in the car, he's going to have much more serious problems and probably end up in prison.
Book then told the judge this.
It was something that I really regret. It was just me being around the wrong people at the wrong time, but I'll make sure that won't happen again.
The judge sentenced him to time served and reinstated his probation.
You just have to be extra careful when you are on probation to not associate with individuals of this nature and not have any new violations of the law.
Book would be free for 182 days before the night of that deadly house party.
Book's criminal history raises questions tonight about how our justice system handles people who reoffend and crimes involving firearms. The KSL investigative team continues to seek those answers.
Yeah, they have a matrix system in place and they kind of go by that, but I'll tell you what, it's confusing for a lot of people and a lot of people just simply don't understand it, especially when you have something like this happen.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the added insight.
Yeah.